A remake of the highly acclaimed RPG, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is currently in development by Intelligent Systems. Even after 2 weeks, the reality of this news has yet to fully sink in. This announcement, which once seemed utterly impossible, is very significant, especially given Intelligent Systems' recent Paper Mario titles and of course their past statements. Intelligent Systems' decision to undertake the task of remaking Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door marks a momentous development for the series. It not only holds immense importance within the series itself, but it also carries some massive implications for its future direction. The charm that set both the original Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door apart was their ability to expertly craft an engaging RPG turn-based combat system set within the captivating and diverse worlds of the Mario universe. And the best part was, these were all capped off with some amazing storylines. It's worth emphasizing the actual significance of storytelling in this series, especially when you consider that Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64 in Japan is actually known as Mario Story. I even own a copy. It's important to note that while Super Paper Mario departed from the traditional RPG elements of the Paper Mario series, it still remained as a fantastic standalone game and arguably boasts the most impressive storyline of them all. It still continued to introduce unique characters, locations, NPCs, and even retain the partner system, just like its predecessors. Why am I bringing this up though? Well, all of these games were developed by Intelligent Systems, and they seem to have lost their way after Super Paper Mario, which is really strange to say out loud, as it's honestly reasonable to argue that Paper Mario had the same quality standard as other mainline Nintendo IPs like The Legend of Zelda and the 3D Mario series at the time. So, what went wrong? And how will Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door's remake actually address this damage? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be exploring today. G'day folks, my name is Swiftjar.
Hello.
And before we dive headfirst into it, I've noticed that many of you who watch these videos are not yet subscribed. It only takes a second and it really helps out the channel as well. Plus, by subscribing, you'll even be part of the giveaway down in the pinned comment below. So what are you waiting for? Alright, so with that out the way, let's dive right on into it. To begin, it's important to understand why Nintendo and Intelligent Systems actually shifted away from a story-driven approach following Super Paper Mario. This direction began with Paper Mario Sticker Star, and the change in direction stemmed from Miyamoto's beliefs that the gameplay elements in Paper Mario Sticker Star were actually more in line with what players truly desired. This shift in focus was supported by insights from a survey conducted by Nintendo through Club Nintendo. The official statement from Miyamoto reads, "With regard to the story, we conducted a survey on Super Paper Mario through Club Nintendo, and not even 1% of respondents found the story interesting." So, research actually indicated to Nintendo that story wasn't a significant factor in the Paper Mario series. However, after a few years on, this perspective is now being questioned, especially considering the series' recent downturn. And it also seemed that a lot of mainline Mario games actually didn't really contain too much of a story or unique characters, locations, etc. This was also extremely evident for Paper Mario Sticker Star. It felt like the life of the series was completely sucked out of it. Not only that though, but the battle system also felt completely pointless, and there was a complete removal of the RPG system. To be completely honest, it felt like this was not Paper Mario anymore. Unfortunately, this trend continued into Intelligent Systems' next installment with Color Splash on the Wii U. This game doubled down on what Sticker Star introduced, meaning it still lacked story, the RPG elements, there was still no partners or a real engaging battle system. Graphically though, it did look fantastic in HD, despite the game's obsession with the paper elements and those damn white borders around the characters. Arguably the biggest kicker though came from Game Informer's interview in 2016 about Color Splash. Tanabe, the producer of the game, reiterated his commitment to respecting Miyamoto's wishes, even when asked about the generic character designs. Fast forward to 2020 and the Origami King came out, and it was definitely a step in the right direction. Credits due where credit is due. This game's story was a lot better than the past 2 installments, and the writing was actually really good. Unfortunately though, there still wasn't an RPG system like the original, there was also still no real partners, and in my own opinion, I didn't quite like the battle system like the originals. But the biggest kicker though was all the characters still were just generic characters from the Mario series you'll find in every Mario Bros game. But you could clearly see they were trying their best with the clear restrictions that were put in place from orders above. We know this thanks to a 2020 interview with VGC, where Tanabe, the producer of the Origami King, made a shocking statement, which reads as followed. Since Paper Mario Sticker Star, it is no longer possible to modify Mario characters or to create original characters that relate to the Mario universe. That means that if we aren't using Mario characters for bosses, we need to create original characters with designs that don't involve the Mario universe at all, like we've done with Ollie and the stationary bosses. The choice of words in the statement, "it's no longer possible," really suggests that Nintendo had imposed some sort of directive against altering iconic Mario characters or crafting new versions at all that deviated from their established designs. Nintendo fans actually called this the Mario Mandate, and it just describes the lack of character diversity in modern Mario games. Okay, so that explains the character diversity issue, but what about the traditional RPG roots? Well, Tanabe also stated in a past interview with Eurogamer that Nintendo has another RPG series starring Mario, and they wanted to distance themselves from it by making an adventure game with a focus on solving puzzles. Essentially, they were saying that the RPG elements were to be left to the Mario and Luigi series. But since that interview, Alpha Dream has unfortunately declared bankruptcy, leaving the Mario and Luigi series in a very unknown place. But enough about all of that. Intelligent Systems has now been confirmed to be working on the 1000-Year Door, you know, the one where you'd often encounter familiar Mario enemies, while also introducing us to unique characters, such as Goombas with a distinctive appearance and personalities. Plus, it is all wrapped up in a bow of unique locations, a fulfilling storyline, and an amazing RPG system. Let me reiterate that. This game is being developed in-house by Intelligent Systems. This is not being outsourced like a lot of other remakes are to third parties, which is absolutely huge for the future of this series. From the footage of the remake so far, it is very evident that Intelligent Systems has not strayed from this approach. They've retained the unique designs of these characters, unlike the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga remake, and even introduced a new Toad NPC in Glitzville, dressed as a martial artist, really fitting this location. It is especially evident they are not following this supposed Mario mandate anymore, and instead they're actually doubled down on being creative. This is completely different to what Intelligent Systems created with Sticker Star and the Origami King. Nearly every Toad resembled the same generic mushroom retainer that we all recognize. This pattern extended to many other of those characters in these games as well. With Nintendo recently announcing games like Mario Bros. Wonder and also Super Mario RPG, it actually seems like we'll be moving away from this Mario mandate. What's extremely important though is that Intelligent Systems is specifically developing Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door, and has supposedly been working on it since the release of the Origami King. This means they've had 3 years to develop this game from the ground up, really recognizing what made it so exceptional, and also just seeing those amazing RPG elements back in the flesh. Nintendo could have also just chosen to remake the original Paper Mario for the N64, which would have been arguably just as good. They could have even remade Super Paper Mario, or even at worst Sticker Star or Color Splash. But they specifically chose the 1000-Year Door, which is absolutely remarkable. The fact that they faithfully remade the 1000-Year Door sprites in HD also means those characters and sprites are gonna be available for future non-remake games in the series. They even opted to stay true to the original designs rather than adopting the styles of Color Splash or the Origami King. That includes getting rid of that stinking white border as well around the characters. Not only that, but the remake of Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door brings back the classic RPG mechanics that fans have been crying out for, and even the little things like badges. The turn-based combat system and the partner system, which were extremely iconic elements of the original, also appear to be faithfully recreated. This return to the series roots is a significant nod to what made the Paper Mario series so beloved. Intelligent systems have now had the opportunity to immerse themselves in the lively and unique characters within the game world, from the partners to the RPG system to just the game overall. It just feels like they've broken free from the constraints of the previous mandate that governed modern Mario games. They're even remaking Super Mario RPG, and that game contains all of its RPG elements. It honestly feels like Nintendo was really testing the water here with RPGs and Mario. Regardless, make sure to buy this game and Super Mario RPG and really show Nintendo that this is the direction that we want the series to be taken. I honestly love what the Origami King showed with the limitations that they had. Now if they incorporate the Thousand Year Doors mechanics combined with that, we are in for a massive sweet future. Think about it. We went from these supposed Nintendo mandates and go play Mario and Luigi if you want to play an RPG, to now getting the Thousand Year Door and Super Mario RPG. If these games are to sell well, the Intelligent Systems team now have experience in creating a new Paper Mario game that will really harken back to the old ones, and there could be a lot less restrictions this time around. But what do you all think? Do you think the Thousand Year Doors remake is just a once-off? Or is this game and Super Mario RPG kind of testing the waters for maybe a return to the original format in the future? If you enjoyed the video, it'd be much appreciated if you could leave a like and subscribe.
Thank you!
It honestly helps out the channel a lot. Be sure you're in the Swift Cafe Discord, where you can chat to Mario and Mario Kart fans 24/7, and you might even get the opportunity to feature in an upcoming Swiftjar video. You can find your invitation along with my Twitter handle down in the pinned comment below. And lastly, a massive shout out goes to all of our members. I genuinely appreciate it so much, and you motivate me beyond belief. Until next time, take care and goodbye.